Hello everybody, today I'm going to be talking about Dreamblade because it's a snow day, and the entire city was basically closed, so I decided to take the extra time and show off some of the Dreamblade miniatures that I use for D&D. Get out of here, Ice. Nobody likes you. Get off my porch. Anyways, so what you'll notice with a lot of these is that I rebased them. Now, this is something which is actually kind of tough to do because the Dreamblade plastics, they're just really tough. If you look, I broke the tip clean off this cheap buck knife that I used to use to rebase these things. So, honestly, for some of these, just don't bother rebasing them because it's a giant pain. And please be careful if you do. And also what I did is I did a lot of repainting. From basic, just dry brushing, to completely redoing the colors. These miniatures have a lot of detail, and even something as simple as a dry brush, you can get a lot more detail out of there than just the pre-painted jobs that they have there. So this is kind of showcasing, you are not going to get any NPC or player characters from Dreamblade. The miniatures that are in scale with the D&D medium creatures are mostly going to be like monstrous type things. I love these three guys. I used to call them the Tremendous Three. But as you can see, even the humanoid type Dreamblade miniatures are all going to be like they're going to be out of whack in the scale of D&D. So mostly you're going to use Dreamblade for monsters. And by God, there are so many good monsters. These come in all varieties. The different sets have just all sorts of weird stuff. There's a lot of really good robots. As you can see, the one in the middle there, I kind of did a little bit of dry brushing on. And I love this bell golem guy. He's just so great with his giant hammer. I love putting him on the field. And also on the right there, that is a actual official D&D ogre. And on the left, I showed off 3 Dreamblade miniatures that you could kind of swap in for other ogre miniatures. Dreamblade also had a lot of really nice translucent minis, which I always love. And again, just some very strange ones, like there's a big pile of bugs. These are completely terrifying miniatures to put out on the field. And here I'm showing off some of the ones that you could use kind of for background decoration. We got a nice weird windmill that would look good as a trap maybe of some sort. And my favorite is this corner demon thing, which is just the goofiest miniature ever, but I love using it. And we see a couple more examples of just various monsters. Dreamblade miniatures just have a lot of detail and just a lot of character. Unfortunately, a lot of these are just so bizarre, they're not going to really fit in all that well with the D&D game, but there are a lot of them that will. So you'll either have to just buy a huge lot and then sell off the ones you can't use, or just try to buy them piecemeal. A lovely foo dog there, I use him with my first dungeon campaign. I'll talk more about that later. Just some really interesting monsters, and if you put these on the battle mat, your players won't know what the heck is happening or what the heck these things are. And we just have a collection of 3 insect men here. Just these could be Thry-Kreen, these could be just stand-ins for any sort of miniature that you might just need insect men for. And these are 2D shadow miniatures, which are cool. And then I forget the name of it, but the one with the blades for its hand, that's a really nice miniature and fits in really well scale-wise. And then the somewhat larger giant, though he would probably have to be a young giant because D&D frost giants are actually much larger than him. Oh, and then we get to the huge miniatures. There's a bunch of these. For some reason, I only have these 2 rebased. Well, these 3, but these 2 models. And if you look here, this tri-headed troll thing, it's got some just really nice detail in there. I might have to do some more dry brushing on this guy, get some of that detail up, because these are great miniatures. And I think I just show another example of dry brushing where I have 2 of the big rhino men. And you can see just how a little bit of dry brushing really just makes a huge difference, and it makes them look like, you know, like different miniatures. And of course I use the huge base on these rather than just the small one. So, I mean, best of luck finding these miniatures. There's a lot of eBay lots for these, and you can generally find them for less than $1 a piece. You can even sometimes find the booster cases where they're going to be less than $1 each. Unfortunately, some people still collect these, so some of the cooler looking dragon miniatures are a little bit too expensive, and you probably won't find those in just standard lots. But again, these are really fun miniatures. They're very different. They're just completely out there, wacky. I'm definitely going to do another video talking maybe more specifically about these minis. I know that bensrpgpile did an amazing video talking about rebasing these miniatures for use in Dungeons & Dragons. That was back in 2011. And it was that video that actually inspired me to go out and try to find some of these to add to my collection. And honestly, these are some of my favorite miniatures to pull out, because people are going to be expecting like fantasy monsters and stuff in a game of D&D, and they're not going to be expecting these just truly bizarre things. So it's just really fun. As always, have a nice day, and thank you for watching the video.